the end of an empire.
Yes.
And, there's this guy, Douglas Murray, he's this English, British intellectual, and he said that every time a civilization is close to collapsing, they become obsessed with gender. It happened with the ancient Greeks, the Romans. It's just like some weird thing that happens when everything is just going too good and life is too easy. People get obsessed with the weirdest things, and now we're obsessed with gender.
Wow.
It's the beginning of the
Stay
end.
tuned.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe we'll bounce back. Yeah, well.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory to our Heavenly Father, whose name is YAHAWAH, and his only begotten Son, whose name is YAHAWASHI. From Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, our forefathers. Shalom to the sincere Akim out there listening to this gospel. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom to the large multitude. Next, double honors to the elders, the bishops, and the apostles of the great millstone, the one who taught me this truth according to the Bible. Shalom, Israel. I want to thank the Most High, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, for giving me inspiration to do this lesson. Joel 1, verse 15. At last, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Yes, there will be people out there saying, here do we go again. This is happening. Oh, we heard this a long time ago. This is happening. Family, I'm here to tell you we're in the last days. You're seeing all the signs. You're seeing all the signs, the earthquakes, the wars, the rumors of wars, the pestilence. Look all across the world. From Libya right down to Morocco, all these atrocities are happening across the world. There's so much going on behind the scenes that the mainstream media is not covering these things. This is an article here from the Hal Turner radio show. Ukrainians caught trying to sabotage Russian nuke plant, Putin says. Trained by British, for whom there will be consequences. The Federal Security Service caught several people engaged in a combat fight on our territory. Vladimir Putin today warned Britain of serious consequences and said the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, doesn't understand the risk after the UK Special Forces tried to disrupt Russian nuclear power plants. President Putin said that Britain's elite forces were training Ukrainian troops on how to damage atomic power plants in Russia. The Russian president declared dire consequences for the UK while admitting his words would be interpreted as nuclear blackmail. Putin claimed during a speech at an economic forum in the far eastern city of Vladivostok, the Russian FSB security service had interrogated a Ukrainian team caught operating inside of Russia. It turned out to be a sabotage group of Ukrainian special services. Interrogation showed they had been tasked to damage one of our nuclear stations by exploding a power line. Does that sound familiar? I think it was sometime last year where one of the Nord Stream pipeline 2 was sabotaged, was destroyed. As it turns out, believe the Special Forces MI5 of Britain was responsible for that, along with the Americans. Yes. This is all Russia. Vladimir Putin and the Russians are not going to sit back idle and just another day, just let's do the repairs or just call it that. No. This is an act of war, right? As I said in my previous lessons, World War III has already started. All these nations are gathering together and they're forming their alliances from the east to the west, right? You got NATO troops versus the BRICS. Let's go now to the book of Second Esdras, the 9th chapter. This is Esdras and the angel Uriel. He answered me then, Salaki, and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How are we supposed to be measuring the time diligently? We're supposed to be paying attention. Watchmen. We're supposed to be watching, praying, fasting, meditation, spreading the gospel. These are all prophecies. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest the part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. These are all biblical prophecies. The signs are there, the earthquakes are there, the wars are there, the pestilence are there, the famine are there. It's eventually it will be famine of the word. It's very soon. See, all of these things, these are all beginning of the end. These are all sorrows. Okay, these are all the beginning of sorrows. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, right? And they shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. That's Matthew 24, verse 7. Go back to 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Yes, all this thing is done by the will of the Most High. But there's signs, there's warnings, there's all these earthquakes, there's all these famines, there's all these uproars of the people. Okay, it is all before your eyes. While everybody's focused on Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles, what's his name there? Whatever celebrity, Steve Harvey and his wife is breaking up, and whatever foolishness is out there in the world. Those are all bread and circus. Those are all bread and circus distractions. Let's go into that for 1 second here. Let's see. Bread and circus. Bread and circus meaning. Bread and circus. From the Latin. No, that's not the one I made. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, what does bread and circus means? Bread and circus, or bread and games, from Latin. It is a metonymic phrase to a superficial appeasement, right? So all of these sports things out there, it is just for entertainment. It's just to appease the people, it's to distract the people. While all the real stuff is out there happening in the world, we are worried about who's going to win the NBA championship and all this baseball, MLB, and all these different things. No. That is garbage. That's all a distraction. See, go to verse 3, 2nd Esdras 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Isn't that what we're seeing right now? All of the earthquakes, all of the earthquakes that happen in the world, all the people are being deleted from this earth. Let's see, let's say, just to go, how many earthquakes today alone? How many earthquakes today? Bear with me here. How many earthquakes? Let's see. Okay, in the past 24 hours, there were 86 earthquakes of magnitude 1.5 or greater. Of these, there were 4 earthquakes of magnitude 5.0 and above, 47 quakes being 4 and 5.0, 113 quakes between 3.0 and 4.0, right? Not gonna bore you with the details, but every day we're seeing these earthquakes. I don't have an earthquake app, but you're seeing all the signs. This is all the stuff that's been prophesied in the Bible. It says, therefore, when they shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Isn't that what people are protesting for right now? They're protesting for their wages. Oh, I just saw a report with the United Auto Workers. They're all on strike. They're for pay increase, large. So right now the manufacturing sector of the automobiles, they're on strike. What does that mean? That's going to trickle down. Supply and demand. Things are going to go up, right? Crime is going to go up. Everything is going to go up. This is the time that we're in right now. We're in these very perilous times. So we're supposed to be measuring the time. The elect of Israel will know what time it is. We're supposed to be measuring the time. This is not time to be fooling around. This is not time to be trying to invest into this world. No. We're in the last hour. As a matter of fact, on the left hand side there's this thing called a doomsday clock. Let me just bring that up here and show you. Doomsday clock. Look where they're at right now. They're saying it is 2 minutes to midnight. The elites of this world, they know what's going on. It's only the simple that have no clue what is going on, right? Nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to everybody's planning for the next trip. I had a conversation with a lady recently, and she said, 100 years from now. And I was like, wow, man, I can't even see this place less than 2-3 years from now in this current system, because the Most High has to cut the time short, because if not, no flesh will be saved. Let's go to the book of because I just said that. I'll come back here 1 second. Let's go to the book of because I mentioned that. Let's go to the book of the New Testament. Let's go to the book of Matthew 24. Yeah, I believe Matthew 24. Bear with me. 22. Let's start off at 21. Matthew 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. Right? This is going to be a time. This is a time of Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation. Right? And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. This is what the Lord is saying right now. But for the elect's sake, that is his people, Israel, for the elect's sake, the elect of Israel, those days shall be shortened. This is red letter, Lord YAHAWASHI. And except those days shall be shortened, they shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So, right now, this man is coming down with some great wrath, because he knows he has a short time, right? If you look at right now, we're in September. The days are just speeding by so fast. Everything is going so fast. Before you blink your eyes, it's December, right? Let's go down to because the devil knows he has but a short time. They know the right hand side, the elect knows, the left hand side, they know also. Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, right? Heavens referring to the Israelites, the elect. And ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Okay? For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. If you look at all these other agencies, the WEF and stuff, they have this Agenda 2030. Because by then they want to have all their systems in place. They're just waiting for that psyop. They're just waiting for that opportunity to flip the switch. Salaki. Flip the switch. Yes. Man, I can't speak today. Yes, but the devil knows he has but a short time, right? And this is why they're coming down with all these things. But we're at that time, Israel. It's 2 minutes to midnight. Yes. As I said in the previous lesson, yes, we're in game 7. It's 20 seconds left on the clock. Yes, we are in the last days. Let's go now to the book of Revelation. I don't want to make this too long. Book of Revelation 2. Revelation 2, verse 10. Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. And behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Yes, some of us will physically be going to prison for standing boldly on this word, following the YAHAWASHI wheresoever he goeth. Yes. For behold, and it's not a spiritual demon, Satan, the devil. These are the men who do the bidding of the spiritual demon, Satan's work, right? That's the devil. It'll be a physical man. Yes, some of us will be put into prisons. That's why they're setting up all these FEMA camps and all these other camps, because it's gonna get really bad, Israel. For Revelation 2:10, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. The whole world will be tried, right? And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. That's just an arbitrary number. But be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that is what I am working for first and foremost, and that's what ye should be working for as well, right? Because the devil knows he has but a short time, right? This is an end of this man's wicked rulership, and he knows it. Let's go now to this is why the devils come down with great wrath. Let's go now to the book of I want to go to the book of 2nd Esdras 6. Let me start at 2nd Esdras 6. Let's go around to verse 7. Let's see. 2nd Esdras 6, starting at verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or what shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. End of age, okay? End of this age, end of this wicked rulership. And this is why all these systems are being in place, and all this man is coming down with great wrath, because he knows that he have a short time. His end of his kingdom, right? That's why it says, 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That is Jacob, that is the kingdom, that's YAHAWASHI's kingdom, which will be dwell on this earth, righteousness, right? So that's what he knows, that he knows that he have about a short time, because before this is the last leg of the revised Roman Empire. Go back to the video here with what Joe Rogan says. Listen to what he says.
Well, it's the end of an empire.
End of an empire.
And, there's this guy, Douglas Murray. He's this English, British intellectual. And he said that every time a civilization is close to collapsing, they become obsessed with gender. It happened with the ancient Greeks, the Romans. It's just like some weird thing that happens when everything is just going too good and life is too easy. People get obsessed with the weirdest things. And now we're obsessed with gender. Wow. It's the beginning of the end.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe we'll bounce back.
Okay, 1 second. And this is what we're seeing today. Let's go right now. You ask yourself, in this world, this current rulership, are you happy? Are you happy? Let's go to Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, that's going to be YAHAWASHI's kingdom. The people rejoice. Even all these other nations that will be tributaries in the kingdom, they'll be slaves in the kingdom. Yes, they'll still be happy, because they will have to follow the high holy holidays, and they will be still treated with dignity. But when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And right now, the true men of the Lord, they're mourning. True people of the Lord, they're mourning right now, because this wicked system, everything is snares and traps. Right? This man has to go. This man is the devil. He has to go. Right? Let's close off with this precept here. Let's go to the book of this man has to go, because all he does is destroy. There's a report right now. I don't even want to bring it up right now, because I know this channel here would get a strike. But the CDC, there's been a report recently about how much infants have been deleted. Oh man, they're just coming out with all what the so-called conspiracy theorists were saying in the past. All the stuff is coming out now, all the wickedness, right? John 10:10, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy, son of perdition. I am come that they might have life and they might have it more abundantly, right? That's when YAHAWASHI has to come down, because this man is the destroyer. He destroys many nations, okay? So I'm going to close it off here. I hope you've been edified to that. Shalom. Till the next one. Shalom, Israel.